Click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to never miss another update.
Hazrat Zainab binte Ali, one of the most extraordinary figures in Islamic history, is often remembered for the immense tragedies she endured. And while it is vital to recognize the profound suffering she faced, focusing only on her hardships risks overshadowing the true essence of her character and the remarkable actions that define her legacy. Hazrat Zainab's life is far more than a tale of sorrow. It is a testament to unshakable faith in the face of overwhelming adversity. In our commemoration of Hazrat Zainab, in our elegies and majalis, there is a tendency to exaggerate her suffering, to the point where we do a disservice to her noble character. And this misrepresentation has reached a deeply troubling level in recent times. In a majalis, Humayl Mehdavi claimed that Hazrat Zainab's clothes were shredded to the point of compromising her modesty. This is not just a fabrication, it is a grave insult to her sanctity. While her clothes were damaged, to suggest that her skin was exposed is an egregious lie. It is a severe offense to dishonor the granddaughter of the Prophet in such a way. These disgraceful claims distort the true image of a woman who embodied unmatched dignity and strength. It is also a common trend to portray her as a woman who succumbed to despair, uttering words like "we are ruined" or "everything we had is destroyed." And others go as far as to suggest that she longed for death in her moments of grief. Hazrat Zainab was not a woman who despaired. Of course she grieved deeply, but this grief must never be confused with despair. Hazrat Zainab never lost her faith. Her spirit remained unbroken, her resolve unshaken. She thanked Allah through every hardship. Hazrat Zainab never complained and kept her head held high through every tribulation. She is the one who said, "I saw nothing on that day but beauty." This is the aspect of her character that we must talk about, and not this fabricated image of a woman who lost all hope. And we must talk about her immense love for her brother, Imam Hussain. This love was not passive, it was active, powerful, and unwavering. It was evident not only in her presence at Karbala, but also in how she raised her sons. She instilled in them the values and courage necessary to stand alongside their uncle on the day of Ashura, fully prepared to lay down their lives for the cause of Islam. When her sons were martyred, Hazrat Zainab, in a moment that defies human comprehension, performed a sajda of gratitude to Allah. This act alone speaks volumes about her character. Who but Hazrat Zainab could express gratitude in the face of such deep loss? Beyond her personal sacrifices, Hazrat Zainab played an instrumental role in preserving the message of Karbala and establishing the institution of Azadari. Her speeches in the courts of Yazid and Ibn Ziyad are legendary for their eloquence. Standing before the tyrants who had ordered the massacre of her family, she did not flinch or soften her words. She delivered powerful speeches that shook the very foundations of Yazid's palace, condemning his actions and reaffirming the righteousness of Imam Hussein's stand. In one of her most famous addresses in Yazid's court, she declared, "O Yazid, do you think that by killing us you have achieved success and that the world is now at your feet? Do you think we are defeated because we are chained? By God, you will never be able to wipe out our memory. You have done what you did, but by God, you will never erase our name or the message of Islam. This was not a defeat for us, rather it is a victory that will resonate for all of time." It was Hazrat Zainab's defiant voice that carried the message of Karbala from the battlefield to the hearts of the people. She was not only a witness, but the voice that ensured the tragedy would never be forgotten. She understood that the message of Karbala needed to be preserved, not just in the memories of those who were there, but for all future generations. after the tragic events of Karbala and the harrowing journey through Kufa and Sham, Hazrat Zainab organized the first majalis in Sham. She gathered the women of the city in a house and recounted to them the events of Karbala, the martyrdom of her brother, and the atrocities committed by Yazid's forces. This gathering was not just an act of mourning, it was an act of resistance. By organizing this majlis, Hazrat Zainab ensured that the story of Karbala would be told, that the sacrifices of Imam Hussain and his companions would live on, and that the injustice of Yazid's regime would be exposed for generations to come, starting in the heart of Yazid's own city. But Hazrat Zainab's efforts did not end in Sham. Upon her return to Medina, she continued to hold majalis for the rest of her life. And through these majalis, Hazrat Zainab laid the foundation for the tradition of mourning that we follow to this day. Hazrat Zainab is not just a role model for women, she is a role model for every man, woman, and child. She proved that even if one is not a masoom, they can still reach the heights of spiritual and moral perfection. She demonstrated that despite every hardship, one can persevere and achieve victory. She showed that with faith and courage, one can shake the grandest palaces of the oppressors with just their voice.